So there is the 2001 Honda Goldwing GL1800. So as you guys know, I had a 1100 and I love that bike. After writing this, I understand why people really love Goldwings. First of all, this is the first Goldwing of the larger series that actually looks good. In my opinion, the GL1500 is just one of the ugliest ones, but the GL1500 is the best deal in touring. It's actually bigger than this. This one is heavier, but this has a lot more things than the old GL1500. The one thing that is required, at least for me, is fuel injection. Having fuel injection on a bike makes life so much easier. Look at that. The color is just so nice on it. This bike is very minty. There's like nothing really off with it. There's no scratches. There's like tiny little scratches here and there, very little. The previous owners babied this bike, and I mean, just looking at it, it's beautiful. 1800cc, 6-cylinder. It's got the fog lights. This is not the ABS model, but I mean, you don't really need it. When you hit that front brake, this bike doesn't dive or anything. It's got excellent brakes. Now, the one thing that you're going to notice is that this thing is wide. Look at that, integrated signals into the mirrors. I mean, it looks like a car. Even the font on the speedometer is like directly from a Honda Civic and a Honda Accord. Look at that. It's the same cluster. It looks exactly like it. Even the fuel cap looks like a car fuel cap. There's the fuel. And the fuel tank is at the bottom. So this entire bike, having the engine, it's a 6-cylinder engine, very low to the ground, and then the fuel tank really helps out because, you know, this is a massive bike. It is heavy, and, you know, I've mentioned this before. It's as if this bike and Honda did some sort of like witchcraft, because as soon as you start moving, you would think, okay, it's still going to feel heavy. But the weight is so centralized on it, it doesn't feel like it's a heavy bike. It is a massive bike because of the girth and the width and everything, but it doesn't feel like it once it is moving. Like 1 mile per hour, it is just so balanced. It's got chrome, which is not my taste. It's got like the straight pipes, and you know, the exhaust. Look at that. It's got 3 little tiny exhausts per side for the 3 cylinders per side. Very nice. And this massive box, there's these buttons here. You just kind of push them down. One thing that the previous owner did, he put a massive stereo in this top box, professionally mounted. So it's got this booming speaker system. So the speakers have been replaced. The speakers in the front have been replaced. But that means that you don't have that much space here to put stuff because the radio is underneath. Normally, this trunk holds 2 full-size helmets. And there's like a little bit of a little scratch there. And look at this. You open that up, you have a mirror with lights. That is a crazy touch. And of course, you have integrated lights into the top rack, integrated into the bottom, including the signals. And then you have a rack on top here that you can use to carry even more stuff. Pretty cool looking. A lot of people put hitches on these bikes and go on tours. It's fully capable of pulling a trailer. That's how strong this engine is. It's very torquey. It doesn't have crazy horsepower, but it's got a lot of torque. I believe 140 pounds of torque and I think like 110 horsepower. Not crazy by like a Suzuki Hayabusa standard. And look at this seat. So if you have a lady that likes to ride with you, this is probably one of the best features because they just lean back. They have these large grab rails to hold on. They have speakers that you both can listen to music. Then you have a little compartment here so you can put stuff, you know, maybe your gloves or a cloth or something. Super comfortable. I've had my mom on it. The day I bought it, I went to get my mom. She's 70 something. And I took her for a long ride on it, and she's like, yeah, very comfortable. So, and then you have the passenger foot peg there, driver's foot peg, and then you have highway pegs. And this is the part that's a little bit more confusing. So you have the mount for the phone. You have a CB. I don't know how to use a CB. That's what these antennas, I guess, or one of these antennas is for. Also, you have a radio, and then you have inter-rider communication. So that's what this little port is here for. I don't know how to use it. I don't think anybody uses it anymore. 2001, so Bluetooth technology, it was not around during that time. Driver seat. It's very comfortable, but for my body, I don't find it that comfortable. It's too lazy. You see how the seat kind of dishes backwards? It's comfortable, but I prefer a more neutral riding position. This is too lounge-like. It's the same criticism I had with the Honda Silverwing. It was too lounge-like, and I like a more upright seating position. And I think maybe I just have to get used to it. Now, it doesn't stop there. You have the CB, you have the high beam, you have volume control for the radio, and then tuning. And then here you have a mute button for the radio. You have a horn, which is the best horn I've ever heard on a motorcycle. Turn signals, high beam. And here, you would think it's a passing button, but it's a talk button for the CB radio. Really nice feature. And then here, you have a compartment with a 12-volt socket. On this side, you have a lockable compartment. Not, I guess you can put your wallet. And look at this, you have vents. So if it's a nice warm day, you want to close these. I'm going to close them right now. Pull them up. Because I don't want any hot air hitting me because it is boiling. And all of these buttons. So you have a volume control here, mode button. Then you can switch from various things like the intercommunication thing and the CB radio, the aux, CD. And then you have mode, trip, and display. So those are more, the trip, adjusting your clock. It's simple compared to today, 2025. But 2001, this was like super good technology. If this bike had Bluetooth, by the way, it does have Bluetooth. The radio that the previous person installed is you can connect it. And here, I believe this is something for an accessory from Honda, which this one didn't have. Also, you have these things, but then you can adjust the windscreen up and down. And I'm not exactly sure. Oh yeah, it moves up. I actually want it to move down. Not exactly sure how to. Is it like that? Okay, I'm not actually sure. But it's a massive windscreen and no wind is going to hit you. No wind's going to hit you. By the way, it's got fog lights. Let me show you a thing that's tricky with these bikes. So, this has got a reverse gear. These buttons here and here, because it's a weird push button thing, they need to be re-greased. So I have to remove the actual, separate them, remove the grease, because this is cruise control, and then you push it in. You want to push it out. Now it's working, but sometimes you push it in, like the reverse, and it'll either not go into reverse, or you need to kind of push and hold it to do it, and then hit reverse. The way you reverse it, you put it in neutral, and then you just hit this button, RVS, and you push this button, and you can just walk the bike back. It's a brilliant system. I'll show you in a minute. But for a 2001, this bike is brand new with only 12,000 miles. That's like 500 miles a year. So whoever had it didn't really use it very much. It's still practically brand new. When I was looking for this model, I found lots of models like this, and they were all like 50,000 miles, 60, 200,000 miles. I saw one with 300,000 miles, fully capable. Remember, this is a large 1.8 liter 1800 cc. I'm not sure it equates to liters, but It's a large engine. It's the valves on this. You have to adjust the valves every 33,000 miles. It uses that shim type, but because of the position of the engine here, it's easy to adjust. And the GL1500 had hydraulic adjusted valves, so less maintenance on the GL1500. Honda did that because bikes with the shims, it's like less moving parts and they operate better at high RPMs. So this is a quicker bike, handles better. So they went with that. I actually prefer the old style because of the lower maintenance. This one uses a timing chain, I believe. The old one uses a timing belt, so you have to change the belt. So it's a give and take with advantages. I think this one looks much better. Of course, the new one looks way cooler. This is bulbous in compared to the newer one, but for a couple $1,000 you can get one of these and ride it. So the new one costs like 20 something thousand, 18,000. It comes in DCT. This one doesn't have DCT. This is a 5 gear. The new one is a 6 gear. I don't think you need DCT because you can put this in 4th gear and just ride all day long. It's really easy to ride this bike at any gear. It's got torque everywhere. It's very easy to ride in just like kind of putting around. But it's also got fog lights, highway pegs. Yeah, kind of an incredible machine, you know. I think a lot of the sport bike guys kind of look down on the Goldwing riders. But until you ride a Goldwing like this, you have not lived life. I'm telling you guys, go out, buy a GL1800 for a couple of thousand, ride it around for a summer, and I think you'll be swayed to keep it. It's one of those things that you need in your garage at least once. I'm glad I bought it. It's an awesome machine. It just sounds so good. Home. Oh man, after a hard day of work, you get on this bike and you just go. By the way, you know, I turn like a noob because I'm not used to the girth of this bike, but this bike turns quick. U-turns are quick. You just have to realize that it can do it. Guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.